All right, welcome back to the Elias Makos Show. Listen, people listening to the show know this. I love the United States of America. I view the world in a very simple way, the bond between Canada and the U.S., that bond that our countries share. I love the States. I love our American friends. Whenever I travel to the U.S., and I've been across much of the country, always enjoy my time. For all of our differences, there's so much that we share. And I'm really excited about our next segment because we've invited Étienne Fortin-Gauthier into our studio. He's our good friend and colleague over at Noovo. Étienne, welcome back to the program. And, you know, you cover political and society journalism at Noovo.
Exactly.
And we heard about one of your latest projects.
Yeah.
You headed to the United States, and I'll say this is a part of the United States I've never gone to and explored, the Bible Belt.
Exactly.
Yeah, tell our listeners why you said, hey, let's do a story, let's go to the Bible Belt. What's the story you wanted to tell?
I wanted to meet Trump supporters because in this region, they support Trump. In some areas, 80% of people there vote for Trump in some counties. So the Bible Belt is 10 states between Texas and North Carolina. So it's in the south of the U.S. It's the most conservative Americans, the most religious ones. And sometimes we hear controversial remarks from Trump, and we say, why are there some people still supporting him? I wanted to meet these people and understand their perspective, their point of view.
And I love that you did that because I really do think so many people in the media don't get it. They don't understand that Trump isn't a regular politician. There's something else going on.
You're right.
Tell us about that.
And that's why in 2016, a lot of media and journalists were surprised when he was elected because they didn't understand the real people worries and preoccupations. So that's what I wanted to hear. And a lot of people, when I travel in Tennessee, in South Carolina, in Kentucky, told me his personality, Trump's personality and insults and jokes, we don't care about that. Yeah. What we care about is paying our mortgage, is the price of gas, the price of the food. And now we're suffering. We've been suffering for years. We see more and more homeless in the streets. And we don't see a solution with the Democrats. So that's why we're supporting Trump. So I thought I would go there. And I met a few people who were talking about abortion or guns.
Yeah.
But it was the minority of people. Most people were talking about the economy. It was the main topic among older voters or younger voters, even talking about jobs. They were searching for jobs. They felt that the economy was doing bad. Is it true or false? Is the American economy doing that bad? We can debate about that, but that's their impression.
And so that's very true, right? Because, boy, I tell you, a Canadian economist would take the U.S. economy any day of the week, right? There's so much robustness to it. But, of course, some people are being left out in every economy that happens. But I think there's examples out in the States. What did you find among the people? You know, you must have spoken to dozens of people.
Absolutely.
What did you find with the people that you spoke to?
I found everyone super nice. I thought I'm a journalist from Canada, and I'm going in the Bible Belt. Yeah. So I thought some people would probably be hesitant, or sometime we see some Trump fans saying that Canada is a communist country, that Justin Trudeau is a monster. So I was curious to see how I would be welcome as a traditional media journalist from Canada. But no, everyone was super nice, and some people criticize the media, the legacy media, but at the end of the day, we had a good conversation, and I was there for that, to listen to them, to understand them.
How did you make your itinerary? Obviously, you're going through the Bible Belt, but did you say, okay, we're going to go to church on Sunday? Like, where did you what were the spots that you went to talk to people?
Exactly. So Bible Belt, I needed to go to a church. So I wanted to meet a pastor. I meet one that is supporting Trump, who is supporting Trump. I found out also that there's a real life, full-size Noah's Ark. You know,
yes, the Noah's Ark,
the legend.
Yes.
But it's not a legend in the Bible Belt. They built one 500 feet long, 50 feet high, I saw the Noah's Ark
Yes.
in real life.
Yes.
That they built. It's for them. It's a political statement. They say that we need to teach creationism.
Creationism, yeah, that's
instead
right.
of evolution, Darwin's evolution. So for them, it's a political movement to do that.
So can I ask you about this? And we're with Étienne Fortin-Gauthier from our Noovo, our colleagues across the street on the French side. And, Quebec, the most secular place in Canada. And maybe you know this if you follow me on social media. I'm the biggest backer, on the English side, the biggest backer of Quebec secularism.
Yeah.
And Quebec is a secular place. And is it culture shock to just go somewhere that it's so religious, like it's the opposite of secularism? Is that a culture shock for you?
It is, but at the same time, no. But it was surprising a little bit. But still, it's the life there. People watch Netflix still.
Yes.
We're not that far apart in most things.
Yeah.
But of course, the religious aspect. So I went to a church and I was surrounded by about 20 people who prayed for me. And then I visited the church. The pastor owns 10 churches in the area. He has 10,000 people following him.
Wow.
He has a TV station, multiple radio station, Christian radio stations, and he's a super fan of Trump. And you were talking about the relationship between church and the state, but he's voting for Trump because he says that the Democrats, in Democrats countries or progressive countries like France or USSR, he said, when we elect a leftist party, they get rid of church. So that's their vision. So they say that when they look at France, they say they elected a leftist party and they get rid of church. So that's the threat in America. We're under. So
and you know what? You have to be able to understand that. Like, I think people at the end of the day, even though if we may want to say, oh, they're so illogical. No, it's if you fear for your being and church is part of your being, it's very logical to go down that path. Oh, I got to vote for Trump, right?
Exactly.
Has it changed your thoughts on? We're 60 days away from the election today. 60 days away. Has it changed your thoughts on what's going to happen in 2 months? Your trip to the U.S.
Yes, in many cases. So when you talk about it, you think that the economy is the main topic, and they see that the Democrats, in their opinion, is not prepared to address the economic issues. So it's a big thing. So we talk a lot about the abortion. The Democrats mention abortion a lot. It's a big topic, and a lot of Americans, there's still debates about it. But most Americans suffer about the economy, and at the end of the day, it's the main topic, I think, of this election.
But you brought up abortion here, and that's another one of those topics that, it's so divisive. But I think sometimes people fail to put themselves in the other shoe of the other people. And if you truly believe that abortion is murder, and some people can make the case, like, it's murder, but I'm okay with it. Some people would say, hey, it's murder, but I'm okay with it because a woman should be able to choose. But if you put yourself into the other people's shoes, they think it's murder. A lot of their decisions are just perfectly logical. They're defending against what they perceive as murder, rightly or wrongly, right?
But the problem is that in the U.S. we feel there's a huge divide, and I saw it. So in Kentucky, I met that pastor against abortion, against LGBT people. But a few kilometers away, it was Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a LGBT capital of the region. So the divide, it's in the U.S., but it's also within states.
Red states with blue cities at times.
Exactly. But the problem is that before people were talking with each other, or they could vote at the time of Bush, people could switch and change parties. But right now, the divide is huge, and they don't talk to each other, and they insult each other. So I was meeting Republicans saying that Democrats are the devil, but I was meeting also the Democrats saying that Trump is the devil. So everyone is insulting each other.
I'm telling you, it's from both extremes, right? They genuinely believe that Trump gets reelected, it's the end of democracy. And the Republicans who believe if Kamala Harris gets elected, it's the end of democracy. It's this
exactly. So
c'est pareil.
at the end of the day, they have the same speech.
Yeah.
That's something that shocked me.
Yeah.
And how can you discuss and have a debate when we're so far in this logic? So at one point, and I talked to people who were saying even that they could take the guns if they lose.
Yes,
so
yes.
I went to a gun show and some people said that we'll get civil war if Trump loses.
Yeah.
But it was the minority of people. So we saw January 6th, we saw the Capitol attack. But most Americans, they still believe in that country and in democracy.
So you're launching a 30-minute documentary over at Noovo?
Exactly.
Where people can watch your trip, right?
Today on Noovo.ca, Noovo.ca.
Noovo.ca, that's Noovo, where you can catch Étienne Fortin-Gauthier's documentary. Étienne, listen, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. See you soon.
Absolutely.